good afternoon, everybody. We had a major lightning and rain delay here today, so now we are like live here. Hey, Jeff, man, that lightning was coming down, man. We had like a 40-minute delay, man.
Yeah, and the my Cleveland Browns needed it. They needed to find a kicker. So we're doing open audition. I don't know if Vince Papali's still around, but like if somebody
Woo!
kick, we're looking for Phil Dawson. That's pretty much what we're looking at right now. So we need somebody to be able to kick through the uprights. So it's been
Uh,
like that lightning delay helped us out a little bit.
it did. I'll tell you what, I will give you credit over the first quarter against my boys. I mean, you had Pittsburgh a little scared. I was like, there's no way we can go 0-2 with you guys. No way in hell.
No, you guys figured it out. That's why you have a good record and we don't. So like,
Well,
yeah, it didn't help that we miss kicks and then we keep throwing to the wrong team. So like that doesn't help either.
just give you a little tip. It's okay to bring a quarterback in their mid-30s and keep them.
I
you,
know.
you
I
had one,
know.
brother.
I know. Trust me. Like yeah. I mean, I'm not running
Flacco,
the show. I wish
Flacco.
I could. Oh, so embarrassing.
Oh, well, here we are. We're dry and the field's good to go and we're ready to go. So are you ready,
Yep.
Jeff?
Let's do it.
Yeah, baby, it's time. The 2-minute warning. So today it's all about AI marketing. And I'm going to tell you straight up, if you don't have AI in 25, man, you're just going to fall apart. I'm going to do it like this. I pity the fool. It doesn't have AI. Dude,
That's
Mr.
right.
T saying it straight up, man. I pity the
Yep.
fool.
Yep. A-team style. Yeah.
Ooh.
You need, I mean, honestly, like you got to use AI. Like I know, because I've talked to marketers who are still afraid. I'm sure there's recruiters, there's salespeople, or
Mhm.
they're like just like, tiptoeing in. And it's like I would take this break, this holiday break, if you have one, if you have a long one, whatever, and I would like deep dive into AI. Like, how do you make your job better? It's huge right
We
now.
got to we got to talk about this, Jeff, because I think in our
Yeah.
industry, man, I've been doing a lot of research and sitting back in my room here and studying AI from all these other people, like I said, the Chick-fil-A's and the Netflixes and how they're doing it. And I still think our industry is so freaking far behind. We're behind
Hmm.
on marketing and AI. I mean, we're still doing little posts that says now hiring, that shit doesn't fly anymore. I mean, and we want that personal journey, which we're going to talk about today, where AI can enhance with that. You don't have to think anymore. You can plug
Right.
and play with all this stuff. But let's just
Right.
deep dive into it, Jeff, because I think there's more than ChatGPT. That's all I hear over and over in our industry, ChatGPT and all this. Give us a little
Right.
insight what you're taking back here on what's going on with the AI.
Well, I think it's like, you know, it's like it reminds me of automation. What was that? 8 years ago, something like that, 7 years ago. Like anytime a new technology comes into play, you got to figure out where to put it. And I think like
Yeah.
you've got your Chat GPT that's kind of your leader. So, it reminds me of like back in the day, like you would Google something, you wouldn't search for something. So like Chat GPT's become the noun, the verb, everything around like what it is. Well, that's what people know, and that's fine. But I think there's so many other technologies, and it depends on what I always tell marketers is like, what are you strong at? What are you not strong at? Like, I can't stand writing. Like, I can talk it, I
Mhm.
can think it, like I have it in my head. It's awesome. It's the best blog ever. But when I try to type it, I can't figure it out. But honestly, like using like Claude or using like we use Brandwell at the agency or like you could really create some good things. And again, it's not just don't let AI write and be you, like, but just get it to a point where you can actually like use it and it becomes something. So that's a productivity help for me is like whether where I'm weak at in different areas of marketing or where the staffing agency's weak at recruiting, sales. Like you can find there's enough AI tools out there to build a whole marketing team
Oh,
and
big
to
time.
build a recruiting team. And I mean there's new things I'm hearing about all the time that are going to be coming out. But the problem is, unlike automation where there were defined number of platforms, AI is everywhere, man. Like you could, like there's just so much out there, there's so many tools, like there's so many things you have to figure out, like what do
Which
you
one
want to
works for you?
use. Yeah, it's like the paradox of choice. I mean, like, because
It's
automation, you had Bullhorn Automation, HubSpot, Active Campaign Sense, and then
yeah.
some of the other ones like SalesLoft and some of those, that's it. Like it's just a matter of like which one do you want to use and which one's better for you and all that. With AI, I mean, I saw something on LinkedIn. I think it was like maybe holy crap, like probably like 150 different AI, like based off of design and like copy and productivity.
It's amazing, man.
It
I
reminds me
mean,
of that huge, like, I think it was like there was a tech stack where it was like maybe 600 logos of things you can use. I mean, I guarantee you there's probably at least 1,000 AI products. And so now, not
there is, man.
Copilot, where everything's Copilot and all, but like specific AI tools, there's probably 1,000 of them.
There is. And you know what? We're going to give some gifts away right now. So, Jeff, I'm going to throw this up there. Check this
Yeah,
out,
man.
peeps. I mean, this is for content creation. I guarantee half the people, the only one they probably ever used was ChatGPT or Adobe. That's probably it, man. The other ones, I'm going to tell you, they all work. The script's a great one, too. I mean, these are great
Yep.
ones to do. Here's another one.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw it up real quick for videos. I mean, I use CapCut, it's on TikTok and all that stuff. There's, you got the Apple stuff, the iMovie. Jeff, there's so much going on shaking in this industry. But here's what happens is, though, I think our industry, we lock in to like 3 or 4, and that's it.
Right.
We don't try these other ones. I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm put it up again, the content creation. Look at this list here. I mean, just plug and play. You could maybe use 1 or 2 of these, but try them all and see which ones you like, because I think you hit it on the head, Jeff. Not everyone's you're going to be comfortable with. Some are going to be confusing. Some you might not even need. But you know what? Do some research and find which ones you need. And you could have your own marketing department right there in-house.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and a lot of it is just, yeah, what are you strong at? What are you weak at? Where do you need, like, it's like when automation came out, what I would always say is fit the technology to your process. So, like, where are your process gaps? And so, like, you see that from a tech stack perspective. Like, if you're terrible in like interviewing at scale, then go find a video interviewing platform that can get you at scale and some of those other things. If you're terrible at this, or you have some gaps here, whatever, find technology to put that in place. It's the same thing with AI. It's like figure out like where your weak points are, and then be able to like if you're not a good ideation strategy person, like that's perfect for AI. Like put a prompt together and try to get like strategies. Like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. This is who my audience is. What strategy should I use? And at least it starts your brain thinking about like, oh my God, yeah, I totally didn't even think that. And and I think that's what I would do. Like I would get like, I think ChatGPT is fine. Everybody tells me like, oh, I did this sales email series and I use ChatGPT. And I'm like, cool. The asterisks are still like in your email. Like I would at least take those out.
We know when it's
Yeah,
fake.
like, and like you could tell the hyphen that connects the 2 words, like with no spaces, that means it's AI. So it's like at least try to mask it a little bit and like, make it a little bit better, but like at least you're trying it. But like you could take ChatGPT, you can take like, I mean, there are so many ways to take it further. And I think that's where you either start if you haven't started, or scale if you've started. Like find a way to use more and like make that like a New Year's resolution, as you're looking into 2025. Like use that time, especially before like sales kickoffs and like company kickoffs, right after mid-January. Like really educate yourself into like, man, we stink here. Like, why don't we try to find an AI tool that can at least help us get a little bit closer to what our goals are?
Use something
So,
up good. Something else I like, Jeff, that nobody's really using anymore is like the Hootsuite. I like Metricool. You know what I mean?
yep,
Times your post. I could be on vacation for next 2 weeks and I got content going out every day at 8:00
right.
in the morning, 9:00. I mean, what is your take on that? Because I'm going to tell you, I think that's a game changer in 25. You need some kind of solution like that.
Well, it is like it's a battle of touch points right now. And so from, I get a lot of people think of me as the marketing guy, which is fine. Like that's cool. Like, because they're like, hey, I saw another post. Hey, I saw another post. Hey, this is it. And, people are seeing the posts, and I figure out, like, I time them differently. Like I don't try to do like every day at 8:00 or something like
No.
that. I don't know. That's just on me. I just figure out like, okay, maybe today I'm going to do 2 posts and it's going to be here and here. Next day, maybe it's just 1 post. But the idea is that they're helpful posts. And then there's 3 different buckets that I post from, in terms of like positioning me. But this is about like making sure, and you can use AI, you can use any of those tools to basically not just post, but help you get insights. Look at those insights. give you like, hey, if you were to do these 10 posts again, do it this way. Like you could have a market research analyst in those. But I love anything that's consistent posting, because honestly, I see a lot of people that post like 10 posts in 7 days that don't post again for like 6 months, because like it's like, well, then that's not really helping anything out. And everything's an algorithm game, man. Like
It is. And the
it's an
more you're
algorithm
seen
game.
out there, I'm going to tell you straight up, Jeff, the more they see you, the more. And you talk to people and you're like, sharks everywhere, right? I mean, you
Right.
just, we
Yeah.
won't mention that person's name. We're like, damn, every time I open my LinkedIn, there I am. But you
It's
know
an
what?
algorithm game.
You have to be in front of somebody. Something else I think with the content with AI is also, I think that you have to include yourself in a lot of this AI stuff, like the videos. Embed yourself in it. There's cartoons now you can do, Jeff. What do you
Oh
think
yeah.
about marketing now for sales? Because I'm a big person on sales. I always say it's nice to have videos now, personalized videos, and talking to that customer right there.
They have AI tools that like you take a picture of yourself or you do one video, and then AI, you plug in your prospect list and it changes the video based off of that person. It changes the
Mm-hmm.
way your mouth is. I can't remember the one that we are thinking about using. I can't remember. I have to take a look at it, but it's awesome. I mean, because you can do videos at scale. Because I remember when I was at Able, whatever, 6 years ago, and we were doing like a pre-staffing world, like video postcard, and our sales guy had to like basically do 40 email or 40
Oh,
videos of like, hi so and so, hi so and so, hi so, and you had to like do it. Now you can just use
yeah.
AI, plug in that customer list, like holy. And honestly, I looked at like demos, you can't even, I don't even notice people's mouths and what they're saying. If they're in time, that's a miracle a lot of times in Zoom. But you can do that, and it like having video emails, having something that cuts through the clutter. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I have a client that uses what's it called? Hippo email, and basically creates a landing page for
Hippo's
all of the
great.
different things.
Oh,
Yeah, and it creates the GIF that you can use on like the emails and stuff. I mean, it's kind of like BombBomb and all the other ones, but I mean, I think AI, like using those, like it's about scale, and so you can still have your personalized touch points. I only want to talk to 20 prospects at one time. You can do that and make it manual and personal and all that. But AI can get you the same, personality and customization at scale. And at this point, you need touch points. Like
you
it's
need
just
touch
a
points,
war of
and
touch points.
we talk about it all the time, but I always say like the trend jacking. I think you should jump on all that. It's the holidays now. Everything should be based around the holidays,
Right.
Christmas, New Year's. I mean, that's what people want to see. They want to see the red to greens because I've done some research, Jeff, and I tell you what, this color wheel of what people like will open and stuff is amazing with AI. Like how you can generate stuff with trees and different things like that. People just don't want to see a blah email that just says I can find you like candidates, or I can get you generate business for you. That's boring. We're in
So
this
the other one, yeah,
valuetainment now.
yeah, and the other part too is I use AI a lot for generational emailing. So I look at like if you're talking to a baby boomer, that they're going to respond to different types of messages than a Gen Xer would, than a millennial would, than a Gen Z would, which I don't think there's many Gen Zs in this decision making right now. They got to get a little bit older, but like you
Uh-oh.
can
Did
use
you just say
AI.
that, Jeff? Did you just say that? Some of
I
these Gen
did.
Zs are like, what? I'm
I know.
making
I
$1
kill
million a
you.
year on
Like,
TikTok. Call me out.
like I've been influencing for the last 4 years. Like, so, hey, you know what? Maybe so. I don't know. I'm sure I'll be working for a 20-year-old at some point in my career. But but in all seriousness, like you could actually use, like I use AI to look at like who my ideal customer profile is, and okay, write to them. So get
Mhm.
your brand persona and give me like now I'll even write the emails myself, and they're going to be terrible because I'm not very good at it. Then I'll say, okay, turn this into like, here's my customer profile. Here's what I want to achieve. Now write this. And then you could take AI a step further and say, what, predict what the objections will be in the responses. And then let me know how to basically counteract those objections. I mean, you could build out a whole sales profile and a whole process. And I do it a lot of times in like sales funnel
Mhm.
building and stuff like that, where it's like, I don't care just about the email. Like, let's figure out scripts. Let's figure out objection handling. Let's figure out like the role playing side. Let's figure out like how to change the emails if like email's not working. Like that's where AI can be your copywriter, your market research analyst,
Oh,
your
everything.
sales trainer. I mean, that's what I would be doing on the sales front because there's just so much opportunity. And I feel like we're at like 5% of what ChatGPT can do or any AI can do. It's like take it a step further and start looking at, because inevitably emails are still going to have a hard time delivering. Like they deliver, they get there, but to convert, people are getting inundated with emails. So
Well,
like,
you can try the text. I mean, AI with
right,
text, put a video text together. I mean, that's a winner. I think
right.
something else, Jeff, real quick, is the hooks. There's so many hooks out there. I mean, look, when you say just do it, what is that? What
Yep.
brand is that? Just do it.
Nike.
Bingo.
Nike.
Bring him hooks around. I'm
Yeah.
big on this. Let's just jump in that real quick here while I'm on it
Yeah.
because hooks are so important these days. I mean, I tell people even in the subject line and emails, I love to put yo hooks. People's like, I'm not even talking about Staffing Shark or nothing in my subject line. I'm talking about something that's going to be catchy. 3 to 4 words. What's your take on all that?
I think if it's memorable and it's authentic, like if they know that that's your game and that's what you do, then you could write it as an automation and people will still kind of think that like, oh my god, like he's kind of like, I mean, it's authentic, like, because I think my biggest problem with this is like it's the same emails that somebody, like everybody finds, I hope this email finds you well, and
Oh,
it's not you. And I've talked
boring.
to salespeople who are like very energetic and very bubbly people. And then I look at their emails and I'm like, holy crap, this sucks. And they're like, but they think that they need to be professional. And it's like, well,
No.
that's that authentic storytelling, which again could be played off with the hooks. Like whether you do a hook based on seasonality, you do a hook based on the type of title you're trying to prospect for. Like there are so many opportunities to like create memorable emails. And honestly, like AI can help you with that. Like, hey, here's my hook that I always use. Like, you stay classy. Like, give me 7 more where I could like rope that in as a sequence. And like honestly, maybe 6 of them suck, but like that one may be good. But how would you generate that on your own? You wouldn't. So like that's where AI can really take what you're doing, like accentuate it and expand it, and then it gives you all these ideas that you could say, all right, yeah, this is going to be my hook for this one, this is my hook for this email,
Mhm.
this is my hook for that email. And yeah, I'm all for hooks, I mean, if it's memorable, because at this point, I mean, there's a lot of emails that go unopened and there's
It's
a lot of and unread, and I mean it's awful.
Well, here's what it comes down to, Jeff. And we know this. Everybody, you know me, man. I'm the most unserious person ever, man. And I give business because you know what? Being yourself and being real. I think that professional side, people's got to stop that. And I always say the valuetainment is my key word all the time. I said, live your brand. That's one of my slogans. Live your brand and jobs for all. It's like, find yourself a hook. And back in the day, Jeff, before we had AI, guess what? How I would find a hook? Drinking wine all night long.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
That's the
seriously, when you
marketer's
start
best
drinking
friend,
wine,
but yeah.
it's like, I'm getting collective thoughts and stuff like that. So I think at the end of the day, AI is going to enhance everything. It's still not the core. And you probably agree on that. The core is still going to be us. It's
Yeah.
like a supplement. AI is a supplement. That's all it is.
AI is your team. Like I really think that like before used to say like, well, yeah, I mean, if I remember going into companies and being like, all right, if you want me to do this, I need 6 people. I need somebody to do social media. I need a content writer. I need creative. I need this. Well, they would tell me to go pound salt and be like, oh, the hell are you going to get 6 people? You're not doing
Yeah.
it. Well, now I can be like, hey, you know what? Like, if you give me $1,000 a month in these 10 tools, like I could actually have my team. And if you're smart like that, and if you're the only marketer in your staffing agency, or maybe you're running marketing and you shouldn't, you're salesperson or something like that, like you have the opportunity to create a team. And I think that's what AI is not going to take your job. AI will create a team for you. And I think that's the way people have to think about it, because then you can start figuring out what do I need? How can it help me with SEO? How can it help me with my conversions? How can it help me with like creating a cool lead magnet or anything like that? I mean, that's easy stuff if you do it the right way.
But here's what it comes down to, Jeff. In our industry, and I keep saying this over and over again, and I'm going to call people out because I don't think we only use like 5% of the AI capability, even on
Yeah.
ATSs. I mean, there's so much AI stuff now. People don't realize, but AI is everything. That's all AI.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's like I think there's a
You know?
huge opportunity. Yeah, there's a huge opportunity to like look beyond what you're using for your products. Look beyond like you don't use like a lot of times like this is about like
Exactly.
AI trying to like help you from again from a team perspective is like you use AI for like one thing and that's it. And it's like, well, you're almost conditioned. Like I need a tech AI is going to be just for this and that's it. It's like it could be seven other things if you kind of put it out there and figure it all out. There's a lot of
Yes.
opportunity.
There's so much there. And I'm going to throw this Christmas video out that I made AIs. It doesn't have me in it much, but it's like, check this out, Jeff. And you made this 21 seconds. I post this out there and I think I sent it to like 25 emails and 14 opened them up and 4 responses. Check this out. There you
Yeah.
go. There's a plug for you right there. 21 seconds.
It's easier like because people watch it. People are lazy. They don't want to read. They don't
Yeah.
want to look like they want to your point, they want to be entertained. They want to look at this stuff. And I mean, I use AI. The first thing I ever started using AI was to create 90s rap songs of like top like give me like why marketing automation is awesome, but make it like a 90s rap song. It would be like
Yeah.
yo, 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 like blah blah. And I'm like,
Word to the
you know
mother.
what? Right. Like, and people, I mean, people are like, oh my God, that's hilarious. Like, that's the best thing ever. And it's like, yeah, cool. I mean, it's not really, but like, try to think differently about like how you reach people and what you do. And AI can honestly create, I mean, you could create any image you want, video. Like, we do songs for new clients. So we actually like use AI. Lal is the name of the like LALAL, and we
Gotcha.
basically create a song like for new clients when they come on board and we're like, I don't know, like we'll create like a Bon Jovi, we did like an MGK, we did like a
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen. We're like we figure out the personality of the owner, the CEO, and we're like, we just created this song. I mean, simple things, but it's so like they're like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Like I mean, it's just you can use it to be creative, and like it could be really relevant and authentic touch points.
You hit it right on the head. And I think in this day and age, all the buyers out there, because I'm on the streets all the time, Jeff, I'm going to tell you, buyers want something that's going to humor them, but also bring value. I keep saying this over and over again. If you're that boring
Yep.
professional person putting them bullet points in an email, nobody's going to read that anymore, Jeff. You know that. I mean,
No.
the same old stuff. In your content has to be fun. And this is where AI comes in. I mean, AI is actually a fun tool to use in all of this content for marketing. I mean, Jeff, every day there's something new coming out, man. You're like, look at this. I mean, before you know, we're going to be like robots walking around like this. Like this show won't even be live anymore. It'll be just AI.
It'll be note takers. So it'll be like the AI note takers running it. But that's the whole point of it is it's just like, I mean, things that like, I think of really out there things around like marketing where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put a song together and send you a song. Well, I mean, nobody really does that, but like they understand that that's my personality and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I do. But if I were to create a song, it would take me 2 weeks of like trying to figure it out. And like AI can do it in like 10 seconds. I mean, it's amazing. Like anything that you think about doing from a content or from anything, ideation, like you can get this done within 10 seconds. And it's why not leverage it for as many things as you can?
Exactly. So the big key word is it's not going to replace you, but you have to learn it and you have to know it. I mean, it's the holidays right now. We're going to have some time off. Some people are. Jump on some of these courses, Jeff. I mean, there's AI courses everywhere. People can learn some of this stuff. And just
Yep.
you can get on Instagram anywhere and find all kind of cool content. Here's another one. We're going to throw another bonus out there for people, but check this out. Here's some other great marketing tools right here. Take a snapshot
Yep.
of this. Here you go. I mean, there's, you got so many different ones here. Like I said, find the ones that are good for you. Jeff, tell people out there, how many do you think they should use? Like, I mean, there's 20 there, 25. That's too many. What do you think? A core like 7, maybe 7?
Yeah, I'd probably say like, I mean, the way that I always work it is like figure out your gaps, figure out your weaknesses, figure out where you don't have team participation in what you're doing, whether you're a recruiter, salesperson, marketer, whatever, and then add one and like really learn it, then add another one and, really learn that one. And how does that work with this one? Because a lot of times you can like, you can bounce on a couple of them and like, oh yeah, like this, I could use this and then I bring it over here and I do that. I'd say no more than 5 to 7. I mean, to be honest, because there's so like new tools are being introduced every week. So like if you're kind of hell bent on like, all right, that's it, I'm going 5 and that's all. Like number one, you'll either miss the boat on some of the cool stuff that's happening, or number two, you're going to never be content and be testing new AI tools and never implementing them. So at least have your like, okay, here's my 5 or 6 or whatever that I'm always going to use. Maybe every once in a while I bring one in and I take one out. But like, I think it's this ever evolving, depending on what you need. I think there's a lot of like opportunity to say like, okay, I've used this, it works. But then also like benchmark, like what has it done for you? Like, is it giving you more conversions? Have you had more conversations? Have you been able to send more emails out? Like get some sort of way to benchmark your results, because that'll tell you whether it's worth the $20 a month or $40 a month or whatever you're paying for these different tools.
And you hit it right there, because analytics and data is so important in 25. It is now, but I mean, you got to know what's going on. When you put this stuff out there, you're going to have to know what kind of reach you're getting, what kind of ROI, who's touching it, who's coming back in. This stuff just posting and hoping somebody comments on it. That's not cutting it anymore, Jeff. You know that, right?
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is like being able to understand where were you, and then now you've added these tools, and like, are you better or worse? And then what's better or worse? And then that way you can at least justify and say, all right, yeah, my tech stack, my AI team is $100 a month. Now, like that, maybe that's worth it to me. Like, and so it's like, and again, you could create a team honestly for $100 a month. I think so.
There it is, $100 a month. You know what? We'll say $99 a month, right?
Sure. Yeah, go the old market. $99.95.
There it is from Jeff Stats. He'll line you up with it. Call him up there. All right, brother. So I'm going to give this out there. This code still works, right, man?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah,
there it is.
Marketing QB. So we've got like a lot of content on there. Again, we're helping solo marketers. Just command the huddle, do more. We're always adding things. We'll have courses on there. It's about engagement. It's about content. We've got a lot of like AI tool sheet. We've got an SEO checklist. We've got all sorts of different things on there. So yeah, get in there. It's $10 a month. You get a first month free, 30 days to tell me what you like and what you don't like about the platform.
And please comment. Let us know if there's something you don't like, right, Jeff? You like criticism,
I don't care. Man, I've been a marketer for 25 years. I have thick skin. Definitely. Like, oh yeah.
Hey, so, living in Cleveland, you do have thick skin.
Yeah, as a Cleveland sports fan, you have to have thick skin. Yes.
Definitely. So if it's a good comment or bad one, give it out there. But we'll throw it up one more time. Remember, the first month is on the Shark and Jeff, man. Yeah. So reach out there, brother. Dude, any more else about AI? You ready to get out of here? Can I say it one more time? I pity the fool that don't use AI in 25.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we'll be doing that. I think, we're at second quarter? We're at halftime right now, right? So third quarter's coming up.
That's right. We'll see you next week, 3:30, unless there's a weather delay.
Yeah, you never know.
Next Monday. All right, brother. Thank you so much, man. See you guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.